Hello, my name is Drew and I'm the physician assistant that is going to be taking care of you. What brings you in today?
Starting about 2 days ago, I've been having a lot of diarrhea. I threw up a couple of times, and I have stomach cramps and a fever.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Have you done anything out of the ordinary within the last couple days?
No, I don't think so. I've just gone to class, gone to the gym, and I've been cooking a lot of these new recipes that I found online to pass the time. I don't really know how to make chicken though, but I'm trying to learn.
I think I might see the problem. Is there any possibility that the chicken you made was still a little pink inside?
Oh no. Now that I think about it, yes, it was a little pink. I thought it was done enough, but maybe it wasn't.
Unfortunately, it sounds like you have a case of salmonellosis.
Oh no, that sounds scary. What exactly is it?
Salmonellosis is a foodborne infection caused by the salmonella bacteria. It can be contracted from consuming raw meat, which is most likely what you did. But to be sure, let's run a few tests to make sure that's what you have.
That sounds good. I want to know what I have as soon as possible so I can get better.
I know this may sound a little strange, but I will need a stool sample so that we can take some tests, since that is where the salmonella bacteria usually lives.
Oh my gosh, that is so gross. What kind of test?
The first type of test we are going to do involves placing a stool sample onto a nutrient agar plate. Nutrient agar is non-selective and non-differential, but it will tell us if there's any bacteria present. If they are present, there will be visible colonies on the agar plate. The second test that we will run is called a direct gram stain. If there are bacteria, this allows us to be able to tell if it's gram negative or gram positive, so that we can start to narrow it down to certain conditions. This is done by placing the sample on a glass slide and staining it with dye. If it is positive, the bacteria will stain purple, and if it's negative, the bacteria will stain red. Finally, the third test that we will run involves placing a sample of your stool onto a McConkey agar plate. This plate is selected for gram-negative bacteria, meaning that gram-negative bacteria will grow on it, but not the gram-positive. This agar also allows us to differentiate between lactose and non-lactose fermenting bacteria, which is very helpful because intestinal bacteria such as salmonella is non-lactose fermenting. If it is lactose fermenting, it will be highlighted in pink. So unfortunately, all of the results support my initial diagnosis, and you have salmonellosis. Let me explain the results to you. The nutrient agar test came back with live rod-shaped cultures, so that means it is definitely a bacteria in your stool. Next, the gram stain came back as red, which I mentioned before tells us that the bacteria in your stool is gram-negative. Finally, the McConkey agar came back with bacteria that was present but not highlighted pink, making it negative and non-lactose fermenting. Altogether, the test showed that your sample was gram-negative, non-lactose fermenting bacteria, which led us to your diagnosis.
Oh my gosh, you can tell me a little bit more about the bacteria itself? What does it do to your body?
So, as I mentioned when going over the results, the bacteria is gram-negative. It is also an anaerobic, clustered, and rod-shaped organism with a cell diameter from about 0.7 to 1.5 micrometers. The agar plate tests tell us that the bacteria is sucrose fermenting. Even though the bacteria makes you sick, it is part of the natural human niche, specifically in the gut area. Once the bacteria are ingested, they go into your digestive system and make their way to both the stomach and the intestines. When they get to both of those locations, they go into the mucosa of the intestines. Therefore, the symptoms that you are experiencing are just your digestive system trying to get rid of the bacteria. In about 5% of strains of salmonella, the bacteria can go into your bloodstream, which can cause infections to the organs in your body, but this is pretty rare.
Wow, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I ate raw chicken.
No, you're not stupid. There are actually about 1.35 million salmonellosis cases per year in the United States. Fortunately, since you are a healthy young woman with no underlying health conditions, are not taking any medications that can weaken your body, and do not have a weakened immune system, you should not need antibiotics. You should get better within about 5 days of rest and hydration. If you are not better by then, you can give me a call.
Wow, at least this isn't too serious. Is there like a shot or something I can get so that I never get it again? I feel awful.
Unfortunately, there are no vaccines that you can get to prevent getting the bacteria again. But there are some simple things that you can do to prevent it. First, make sure that you store your raw meat in the freezer and that it is fully cooked before you eat it. Lastly, make sure you wash your hands after dealing with any raw meat, feces, or any animals. I can even provide you with this website which has everything you need to know about salmonellosis. When you get home, you can visit cdc.gov/salmonella and it will have all the information you need to know about the bacteria.
Okay, that sounds easy enough. I'll be sure to do that. Thank you so much for your help today. Hopefully I get better soon.